Hi, everybody. Here we are. Wow.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello.
everybody. Levi, Sydney, take over. Our Wi-Fi is unstable, um, and so here we go. GPRS is going to be here first with Frosty Bear, right, Sydney?
Yes, indeed.
Awesome, awesome. So that being said, we have a video for Frosty, don't we?
Yes, we do.
All right. I found my mouse, Levi, but if you're ready for it, go ahead and hit it.
Yeah, let me.
But if you're not, I will right here.
Yep, you go ahead on this one first.
Okay, you want me to do this one first?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, what a boy, huh? And
Yeah.
there he is. Wow.
Yeah.
By the way, I just want to mention that we really apologize for our backdrop because it's too cloudy to see Pikes Peak today. Sorry about that.
I guess you can't control the weather.
Darn it. All right. So, Sydney, who do you have there? Mr. Frosty?
So right here, this is Frosty Bear. And the other one begging for treats is Samson, whom I adopted from GPRS.
That is your resident dog per se.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
I
So
thought you had twins.
I know.
Wow. So I tell you, that is one dog that has really transformed, hasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about it, and one of the most dramatic changes in him is that he is not scared anymore. When he first came here, I live on a fairly busy street. There were really loud motorcycles now that the weather is getting nicer. So they'd be idling loudly at the light, and he was so scared that he would get up and run to the back of the house and curl up. And he wouldn't let me comfort him or anything. And now he doesn't even bat an eye when we're in the house, everybody's taking a nap. It does not startle him anymore. I had taken him on a walk earlier on by himself just to see how he did when I'd had him for about a month. And there were loud cars, and he bucked on his leash and halter because he was scared. And that's another thing that he doesn't do anymore. There's loud delivery trucks that come through when we're on a walk, and he has become a lot braver. And that makes me happy because he feels relaxed, and he's just he feels he's, you know, kind of learning his place in the world a lot better.
Wow. And the reason all of that fear came about is best guess he was on a farm.
Yeah, I mean, he was out kind of in the boonies, and he and his brother were dumped on a construction site that was way out. So we're not quite sure where he came from, but it was definitely out in the country in Washington. So
Right.
yeah, I'm sure he didn't have any experience. Plus,
And who was his brother again?
yeah, his brother Frosty Bear. They came in together, and once it was time to separate the puppies, the first foster ended up adopting Frosty Bear, which is lovely. So
Awesome. So Frosty, he's absolutely ready to move on. And I'm seeing you with a guardian on each side of you, and you're passing out treats, and there's nobody saying, "Hey, that's mine, not his."
nope, not at all. There is no protectiveness whatsoever around treats. He is incredibly gentle, taking anything, even super, super high value, like a blob of cream cheese or, you know, a chicken skin or anything. He will wait his turn. And when he takes something from me, it's very, very soft mouth, very gentle.
Okay. And then Levi's back there doing almost the same thing.
Yeah. They have a lot of feelings today.
Yeah. So what kind of home would be ideal for Frosty Bear?
So I think, you know, a young adult dog, a home with a young adult dog that enjoys playing is really going to be the ultimate for him.
Okay.
He, you know, I think for a puppy, he's not hyper, but, you know, just like any puppy, he needs to get the wiggles out. And he loves
the wiggles. I like that.
yeah. And he will race around the backyard to play, because my dogs are seniors and they don't play anymore. But you know, he's really good playing with his toys still. And in fact, he's gotten so comfortable with me that we'll play bow to each other in the house, and we'll pounce around, and he'll race around and come back to me and ready for me to pounce again, and then I'll race around some more. So
raise your hand if you would wish you were a fly on the wall seeing that one. Can you see the comments, Levi?
Yeah.
Let's see what we have
thing.
going on.
Oh, yep,
I can't see the screen. It may be a little overcast today, but it's still bright, and we are outside here. Okay.
Yeah. Hi, Rena.
All right, Rena. Okay. Hi, Rena. It's nice here in Colorado. We're live from Colorado, Peyton, Colorado, which is just outside Colorado Springs, right? Yeah. And Frosty Bear has a twin here. And Rena, you're going to get to meet Charlie too.
Yay, good. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. So basically, Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. That's where you can read more about him there, right? His bio is there.
Absolutely. Cool. Yep. And I do want to share actually an update from one of the fosters that we had as a guest a couple times ago. Sadie, she actually just got adopted.
Good.
Who did?
Yeah.
The little backup dog.
Yeah. Sadie got adopted?
Yeah.
You mean little Miss scared of everything but loves people?
Yep.
Her favorite place was the dog park or the
easement.
Yeah, providing there were people there.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good.
Awesome. Sadie got adopted. Awesome. Well, that means her foster dad is going to probably need another dog now.
Definitely.
Bummer.
And that's how that works. That's how that works. You adopt a dog, and the rescue takes a dog, sometimes two or more, and then the shelter can now take another dog. So never forget that.
Yep.
And she's moving to Minnesota. She's going to be a cold weather girl.
Good.
That's awesome. Minnesota.
Man, she was so cool.
She was. Matter of fact, she was in the opening, that countdown timer. Her video was
Yeah.
in there. So,
Yeah.
wow. Is there any questions that you have for Sydney and Frosty Bear, Levi?
How long have you had Frosty Bear?
So I've had him since about mid-January. And he was in foster for 2 months before that. So he's been in foster for about 6 months, and he's
Okay.
10 months now.
Oh, wow.
And he truly is ready for his forever home.
Yes, he is.
As far as like, I think behaviorally and confidence wise, he's ready. But also, we've gotten to a point where he just deserves to have a playmate.
Of course.
Mhm. You have seniors.
Yeah.
Now,
Have
Sharon
we
wants
seen
to
him
know.
with cats and kids yet?
So he has met kids when we're on walks. He's very excited to meet them. Probably you would. He's not the kind of puppy who like crashes into people on accident.
Good.
So,
That's a plus.
So he does it on purpose.
Yeah. You know what happens. But he gets, every once in a while he might get nervous about something or scared. So it might be better for him to be in a home. Like if they had kids, maybe 8 and up.
Okay.
Probably not little ones, because little kids, the younger they are, they kind of have erratic movements.
Yeah. Children have a different energy. They move with a different energy, and it's that different pitch of voice that often scares or makes other dogs nervous.
Yeah.
So I understand. Me too. It's okay. Me too.
Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. That's where it's happening there. And I love your shirt, GPRS Pacific Northwest.
Yep.
You differentiate yourself from Texas and Arizona and California and all them others. So anyway, wow. But I love this because Frosty was adopted, but his foster adopted him. Okay.
Yep.
They just got a DNA test back on Fozzie.
What is he?
They're trying to convince us that Fozzie's 100% Great Pyrenees. Yay. And that's his brother. Right there, you're looking at that Mr. Short-coated oxboxy looking dog. So.
Yeah, I was going to say, that doesn't look like a full Pyrenees.
Well,
we got the chorus line going with the President's Men here. Oh, I love Samson too. But anyway, so we don't want to not do DNA. We want this science to develop. Okay? So we also don't want to take it to the bank 100%.
Sure.
But both the Maremma Sheepdog and the Great Pyrenees are both very strong in their databases and their profiles. So I'm not going to disagree with them. How about that?
Sure.
Anyway, we got to move forward. Sydney, you're going to stay, right?
Yep,
You are
I'm ready.
co-host this week. All right.
Yeah.
We have how many dogs?
Oh, as many as we got time for.
Well, we've got a big in here right now, and we actually even have a video for him.
What do we got here,
We're going to get
22?
him situated while we play his
20?
video. Anybody remember Smokie and Bandit in Colorado? Anybody remember what took place? They came in and were quickly diagnosed with distemper.
Yeah, they weren't vaccinated.
That is correct. And so they were treated. And Smokie had it a little bit worse than Bandit. Bandit's in a home for how long now?
He's been there for about a month, I think.
About a month. And can everybody hear Judy okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
Good. So Smokie has a potential adopter.
Okay.
And his distemper did come back. And neurologically. All right. So, and it wasn't a crazy dog or a nut job dog or anything like that. But you'll see. Let me play
He
this video.
basically lost the use of his hindquarters.
But here's the thing. That's not, you can teach them to you can reteach them this.
Kind of reprogramming their brain.
And this is the part of Smokie we want everybody to see. And Smokie wants to show it off.
So we've been giving him kind of intensive physical therapy in the form of lots and lots of small walks every day. And he's been coming back and coming back. He may always have a little bit of a wonky gait, but there is no pain.
That's right.
He doesn't have any pain from this at all. So he might end up being a little bit of a handicapped little boy. But that's okay. I mean, he's the sweetest dog ever.
So we're gonna play his video, and then we're gonna bring him up here. Okay, and oh, there he is, way back down there. Come on, let's show everybody how you walk. That's my boy.
He's so handsome.
He
Oh,
does
he doesn't
get-
want to walk.
He does tire, okay?
That's okay.
All right, because you got more treats, Becky. This is and who's handling Smokie is Becky. She's a PYRescue volunteer. For those of you that aren't aware, PYRescue and Sanctuaries in Peyton, Colorado. This is a facilities-based rescue. That means every dog's in her backyard and Michael's backyard.
That's my house in the background behind Steve
Right.
and I.
Instead of Pikes Peak, we got a view of her house. So
And my dog's and Becky's dog in the backyard running around.
yeah. Yes, Debbie, that boy is beautiful, and he's got a heart of gold. And look at him walk. He's walking. He couldn't walk. Matter of fact, they thought the hospital thought he lost control of his bowel and bladder, right?
Yeah.
And he did not, or he regained it.
I think he regained it.
He regained it. So, I don't know how many of you heard people out there, certain people, a certain group of people say, don't vaccinate your dog because there's natural stuff to do this. Okay? Well, maybe there is, but as of now, and I just looked into it again last week, there is no study that tells us that it works actually. All right? So we want to, now that doesn't mean it doesn't. That means there's no study saying it does. But there are studies with the Heart Guard, Next Guard, vaccinations, etc. Now, don't over-vaccinate your dog. All right? Follow your vet's advice, but this is an end result of no vaccinations. Okay? And nothing over and above anything. No natural remedies or anything. Sorry about that, everybody. We have the President's Men, which you will meet. We have the President's Men over here showing their displeasure of a barking dog that they couldn't see, Levi. So we have some comments up here, but that's hard for me to see the screen. Can you catch them, Levi or Sydney?
Yep, I got him.
Okay.
Oops, sorry.
Oops. Okay, we got it. Thank you, Sharon. Yes, Smokie is looking good, and boy, he's doing so well. So
He's about 7-8 months old now, and Still growing like a weed. He's probably up to 70 pounds.
Wow.
He was very, very sick for a while, so he got a little bit slow start. But honestly, I'd never had to deal with distemper in my kids before. It was educational, that's for sure.
Yeah. So, but he's really come along now. Bandit, last you heard, no, nothing returned.
Nope,
So
he's
can
good.
you explain to the folks what happens when distemper does return? And you want to bring somebody else, maybe?
Distemper's a very weird disease.
It doesn't matter. Just bring somebody.
I guess it typically has like 3 stages. It starts out as like gastrointestinal. So originally these dogs got sick the day after they were transported here, and I thought it was parvo. They were vomiting and had diarrhea. And by the time I got them into the emergency vet and stuff, they started showing respiratory symptoms. They were coughing and wheezing, and they had green snot coming out of their nose.
Yay.
It was lovely. And they were, struggling to breathe. And little Smokie here was extremely sick. Bandit did better. We were allowed to take him home that night on subcutaneous fluids and a big pile of drugs. And we nursed him here. We had to do coupage and nebulizer treatments on him, and all kinds of stuff. We had to leave little Smokie in the ICU for 4 days. So $8,000 later.
$8,000 later, his adoption fee is still how much?
$350.
So always remember, donations are extremely important with rescues.
So we got them both home, and it was a good 2 weeks of nursing both of them. And we had to keep, we had to wear gowns and gloves and shoe covers and keep them isolated from everybody else here, and make sure that our volunteers, washed their shoes and hands and cleaned up before they even got near another dog out here or went home. So it was pretty intense. But
the camera's a good shot right there.
Yeah. So anyway, they both eventually healed up, and they were good for a couple of months. We were just putting weight back on them and treating them like the puppies they are. And then all of a sudden, just one day, Smokie just started tripping over his own feet, and within a day or two, he literally totally lost control of his hindquarters. So we got him into the vet. At first I wondered if he was injured. So I got him into the vet. We did all the x-rays and everything. Everything's fine. It was a reoccurrence of the distemper. So distemper, they could have gotten their neurological part of it early on, but they didn't. But apparently it kind of lurks in your nervous system, much like chickenpox can turn into shingles decades later, but it's still lurking in your nervous system. Distemper is the same way, but with dogs, it can recur anytime from weeks to maybe up to 6 months.
But non-contagious.
It's non-contagious when the neurosymptoms alone come back. And poor little Smokie, it did happen to. It didn't happen to Bandit.
But Smokie's been a trooper through this whole thing. So now, Rena, that's Charlie. So from Oregon.
Come here, Charlie.
And what a beautiful dog.
Come here. Show your face.
But this is Charlie.
Show your face.
He
It's a good boy. Yeah. You sit. Sit. You sit.
He was labeled a resource guarder. Raise your hand if your dog protects something that's his.
What a good boy.
We haven't really seen a lot of it.
Look at me.
Okay.
Look at me.
And I've been here since the 2nd.
What a good boy.
I go home on the 11th. Maybe.
We're trying to have to figure out how to pack a couple dogs in his carry-on.
And you'll meet the 2 dogs in question here before the day is over. So let's put it. Matter of fact, are the 2 dogs? Are they in the same building?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we bring them out now? Yeah, I do. Thank you. We're going
What
to
is
bring
that one mixed with, Steve?
most likely Akbach.
Okay.
Okay.
You want them on a leash or just loose?
Yeah, I don't know.
Gypsy and Duchess, they can be loose.
Okay, look, we're going to let them out loose, and let's see if they can take down our wires and stuff.
Yeah, they probably.
Okay, thank you, Michael. Remote from any area, we've got a tripod with a camera, which, by the way, we're debuting a new camera. And that means there's got to be wires because these cameras aren't wireless. and dogs running around, they could trip over our wires and knock us off the air. That's why we have Sydney and Levi here, and because they can. Well, you will learn a lot about Frosty Bear if there's Gypsy, Duchess, yeah, Duchess, and there's Gypsy. These are the two that may end up in Ohio, just so you know.
They're so
They're
pretty.
cute.
Aren't they?
How old are
Yeah.
She's fine.
They'll be 4 in July.
they? Okay, so that's a good
Now,
age.
they're a bonded pair,
No,
but I don't know if they're siblings or not.
come on, come on.
That I don't know. I believe they are.
Mm. Looks like and the Gypsy's the smaller one.
And we get dog kisses. This is a cuddler. I went in and laid with her. This is also how I met Moses. Okay, I went in and laid with her, and she just came up to me and just loving and that kissy. Hi, baby. Okay, and it doesn't get any better than this. And so I'm going to stay with him, and she wouldn't let me sleep in the kennel. They have security issues.
Seem rude.
And they don't trust anyone with their dog. Okay. And look at this girl. But she could, there's a possibility if we can fit her in the suitcase, or if another route, we had somebody offer to drive them out. So we'll see what happens. They may end up in Ohio, and you might be seeing more of them each Sunday. We'll see. And then when they go to Ohio, then it will no longer be adoptable. And if you want them then, you've done missed the boat. Okay. So
Where's your sister?
that would fall
Maybe I'll
under
come meet them.
differentdog.com. Okay.
Find
So,
Duchess.
yeah, she does. Yeah, Jackie, she does live to give. She loves to give kisses. Both of them do, actually. And you can hear the one behind us. We have
Duchess.
we-
Duchess.
well, it's isn't that Casper's behind us? And where is Duchess? And who is that? Oh, right there. She escaped. Duchess escaped back into her run. Okay. All right. Always remember, this is a facilities-based rescue, which I support highly. That means these are kennels. But make no mistake, these aren't like any kennels you've probably ever seen in your life. Okay. They had the rare pleasure of building their facility around their breed. So, needless to say, oh, they know where the feed room is, don't they?
So they all have 300 or 400 square foot kennels,
Yes.
which is the size of a couple of bedrooms.
And see the thing about me wanting to stay in the kennel with them? Okay. And anybody that knows me from when I had my kennel, I was known to, well, do what was needed. Okay. But we
And they hardly ever get locked in their kennels.
Right.
They usually have run of
they have
5
runners,
acres.
yeah. 5 acre play yard. Any questions? Because we got more to bring out. How many are here?
20?
Now, don't we have some youngins here?
We have some very youngins.
And I was thinking they could be next, couldn't they?
They could be.
They just might be. So these youngins are not even 7 weeks old yet, are they?
Yeah, about 6 weeks old.
You
This is
Baby,
our,
baby.
our Dawn with the winged litter.
just wait till you see the size of these dogs.
So we got these dogs in from Dodge City, Kansas. A breeder. Mammy, their mom, is with them.
Mammy's a sweetheart.
She's a very sweet. We're thinking they're a pure Anatolian Shepherd mix. So they have those nice markings on them.
There's only one female in the bunch.
She's Anatolian colored.
She's brown,
Brown and black.
brown and black.
With a little bit of white. She got a little white.
Double dues.
And
Double dues? I didn't
Most
pay
of them
attention.
do have
Yeah.
double dues, yeah.
There is a runt,
There's a little runt who's my favorite. That's Rhett Butler.
rat. The only female in the bunch is Scarlett O'Hara.
Yep.
So,
And Mammy is their mom.
Yep.
And
So-
we've got Ashley Wilkes and we got Gerald O'Hara. And then they also came in with 2 older sisters. So we got 2 of Mammy's litters. We got 2 girls that were about 9 months old
right.
from a previous litter. And then we got these 5 puppies from the most current litter.
Right.
And I suspect the people that had them probably let more siblings out of this litter go when they were 4 or 5 weeks old.
Yeah. And we also have one that you got a feedbacker behind us, and I'm going to ask Sydney if there's any possibility that she can get a hold of Granola's foster mom or dad, because we have his twin,
Casper has a twin?
and his name is Granola.
Granola, huh?
Yeah. So I don't remember who's fostering Granola, but Granola's
Yeah.
been on the show a couple
You
times.
can just bring them all, just let them all out.
Yeah, just let them out. They'll come here.
Yeah, and Granola has been in a foster home her entire life, and she's just over a year old.
Yes. And Granola and Casper have very similar facial features, but what really is the corker is the ear.
One floppy ear.
Casper has the same ear that sticks out.
I can't wait to see.
Well, you will.
He's right up behind
Yeah,
us.
you can't see far enough, but he's right there at the Kate back area in Judy's actual backyard. Okay. Or front yard.
Casper.
Depends on what year that you saw this place first. It's either the front yard or the backyard, right? This is an amazing facility, and they have a good base of volunteers, and there's actually never enough. There's a lot of dogs to feed. Now, we're not going to sound like a whining crybaby because GPRS headquarters has 40 dogs there right now. Am I close, Sydney?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, what happened?
Not all.
They only have half of that.
I'm
Still,
admittedly a small rescue and really don't have any plans or desires to get any bigger.
That's correct. That's correct. And just like any other rescue, she's low on adoptions right now too. Okay. So,
Okay, this is Mammy here.
all right, Mammy.
Come here, Mammy.
We can take her over. There you go. She hasn't spent much time out here, has she?
Oh.
Look at that face. Oh my gosh, look at that face. All right, she's a little too close to the camera. We have to bring her back.
Mammy girl.
There we go.
Yeah, it's a good girl.
And
She's
look
got
at
cute markings.
Smokie. Look at Smokie. That could be my mama.
Mammy, I think, was a breeding dog.
Oh, there they are. Come here, little
She
shoot.
appears
Come here,
that
little
she's had
buttheads.
several litters.
Here's one.
Yeah.
Right here. I got one.
But that's coming.
Oh my God! Are you sure they're 6 weeks old? Demon Christ!
I
Holy cow!
love them.
I couldn't pick him up.
They're
I know
little
it.
tater tots.
I know this one's a he
Oh, this one is Gerald.
because he's not brown. Okay. Oh wow! Are they allowed to have a treat this young?
Yeah.
Oh, here's Mr. Runt. Here's the runt of the litter. This one is. I couldn't get him. He's too fast.
You're gonna fall.
That one is Judy's favorite. And look at Mammy with her puppies. I think she could be getting close to being done with them.
Come here, little rat.
There goes Mammy.
This one's.
There's the runt. Who's that one?
This is the runt. This is Rhett Butler.
I want to see
He's my
Scarlet.
favorite.
Ew.
He's a sweet baby.
And look at Mammy right with her puppies now.
You're a good little boy.
Didn't matter. Okay, can you hand me Scarlet? Maybe? Oh, she may have to potty, huh?
So how old is Mammy?
We're guessing she's probably between 3 and 4 years old.
Wow.
And probably guessing she's had a litter at every heat.
Most likely.
Poor baby girl. She's ready to retire.
Yep, I
Yes.
promised her that she's out of the business now.
Yep,
Yeah.
She's out of the puppy business.
We're gonna give the puppies another week or two before we pull her out and get her spayed, and then she's gonna have to be away from them for
Can you grab
at least long
Scarlet
enough to
for me,
heal up.
Michael?
So,
I want to
Yeah.
show her off. There's the Anatolian.
oh, then
If Michael can pick her up, they are heavy. These are humongous puppies at 6 weeks old.
so this is the only little brown one, and it's the only little girl.
Oh,
This is
Oh,
Scarlet
oh.
O'Hara.
And
Cute.
who's this one?
Ashley.
Oh,
Ashley.
there's 2 females?
No, Ashley Wilkes, the male from Gone with the Wind.
I didn't see the movie, sorry.
No.
I got Ashley Wilkes for anybody that understands that one better than me. But that female is a big girl now.
how much do the puppies weigh?
Oh my God.
Rhett, last time we weighed him was last week. He's probably 12 or 13 pounds. The rest of these are probably 16 to 17 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Okay, probably ought to take them down now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Something's gonna fall
My
down
boy
here.
Charlie, when I had him,
Give me some.
at 8 weeks old, he was 16 pounds. She is already 16 pounds at 6 weeks old.
Yeah, that's huge. My
Charlie
Silas
grew
was
up-
19 pounds at 10 weeks.
Charlie grew up to his average weight as an adult was 155 pounds, 154 pounds, and that was a good weight. So if puppy weight is any indicator of how big that dog's going to be, she's going to be a big girl.
Hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, well, they're amazing, aren't they?
I love puppies.
Yeah, we promised puppies. So now as
Just give away a pile
We
of
are
them.
getting in a mama and 4 more puppies
from
Oh,
Dallas
wow.
from Dallas tonight
tonight.
in probably about 3 or 4 hours.
So we told the lady to pick up the pace a little bit so you can be on the show, but she wasn't interested.
It's a long
I
drive.
just go with the puppies.
They're
And
so
the
cute.
funny part about it is that one has what appears to be pure mama, but
Mhm.
all the puppies look like these puppies.
We got the show going on
Oh.
behind us with everybody except. Okay. So, there's 3 there and 2 there. I thought there were 4.
There's 5.
There's 5.
There's
Oh.
5.
See, I just want to lay in a pile of like baby peer puppies just crawling on me, and I think after that I could die happy, and then I'll be like, that was
Do we have
everything
it?
I needed in life.
Do we have any comments, Levi, or did we forget those folks?
Nope, we got them all.
Okay, good. So, puppies aren't ready yet, are they?
Nope, we like to keep them until they're 11, 12 weeks old
Good.
because my experience says, particularly if we can keep them with mom and their litter mates, because they learn a lot from their litter mates. They learn a lot from mama.
Mhm.
And my experience says that they turn out to be much better overall dogs when they've had that early socialization with their family.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I wholeheartely agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
My personal
Now,
feeling is they shouldn't go home
As,
till
as Becky starts rounding up the crew, we're going to bring a very special boy out, I think. We're going to bring out Felix. And Judy can tell us about Felix.
run away. You gotta run away at your feet, Steve.
We've got Scarlet like running in the background.
Oh,
Boy, they're noisy too.
a puppy fight going on behind us here. It's horrible.
Yeah. And
Growling and snarling and everything.
because Miss Scarlet is a bully inside the run, and this little guy says, "Hey, you're not inside the run anymore."
They're chewing on each other.
You ought to see the
He's
parade.
chasing her down now.
Yeah, you ought to see the parade here. Oh, they found the water. Wow, I don't know about you guys, but I'm having a fun show today. And yep, still can't see Pikes Peak. Sorry, everybody. I tried. I really did. Pikes Peak's right behind us.
Man, next time control the weather better.
I know. You gotta teach me how to do that, Levi. So, anyway, the next dog coming out is Felix, and that poor boy just couldn't seem to catch a break in the beginning.
So we had this little guy brought to us last June, I think, from right down by the Mexican border, Nogales, New Mexico, or Nogales, Arizona. And she apparently had adopted, she said they were purebred peers. She got them from a breeder. She got 3 of them, 2 boys and a girl. And she brought him to me at the age of 5 months because he was food aggressive with his brother.
I got a puppy here.
And I suggested, well, why don't you feed them apart? She said, well, we just go driving all over the U.S. camping here and there. So they're essentially living in the back of my pickup truck, and I have to feed them there. So I said, okay, fine, I'll take your dog, because obviously that wasn't going to work out. And this poor little guy, when she brought him to me, he had green goop coming out of both eyes and was just squinting. And I said, what's going on with his eyes? And she said, oh, his vet says he's got some eyelid thing. And I said, entropion? And she said, I don't know. And so I looked at it. And of course, both eyelids were turned inwards and the eyelashes are scraping on the corneas. And this was extremely irritating and causing infection. And I said, well, why didn't you get this fixed? And she said, oh, I was going to get it fixed when I got him neutered. So we only had to anesthetize him once. And I said, oh, when were you planning on getting him neutered? Well, aren't you supposed to wait 1.5 years?
Jeez.
And I said, you can't wait a year and a half on this eye thing. He'll be
Be
blind.
blind.
Yeah.
And so I took him because sometimes you just have to.
Yeah.
And we, of course, made an appointment to go in and get his eyes fixed, which we did immediately. It was really not a big deal. And he got his entropion surgery done, and that was just wonderful. And he healed up from that. And then one day I happened to notice he had this little lump on his upper shoulder. It was one evening, and I pushed it, and it felt kind of like an abscess. And I looked down in the fur, and I didn't see a wound or anything. And I thought, well, I better get him into the vet and have this looked at. By the next morning, this thing was the size of half a football.
Wow.
It just went all the way across his shoulder blades. And I called her and I said, oh my God, I got to bring him in. This is like, and he was not acting sick at all. He was acting completely normal. So I get him in there, and she sticks a needle in it and drained like, I don't know, almost 4 cups of fluid out of that thing. And it was just serous fluid. No blood or anything. And it wasn't infected. And she said, I don't know what's going on here, but
Hi, Felix.
it'll be fine. And she went ahead and put a Penrose drain in, which is a rubber tube that goes through the through the entire thing on his back. And it's a drain. So we brought him home,
He
and
is too, by the way, in case you haven't noticed.
it stopped draining. So long story short, it turned out to be cirrhosis.
Is he? He's stuck?
Hey.
Put it in reverse. There you
Obi.
go. Make no
Quiet.
mistake, a Great Pyrenees knows reverse.
So then he got we had this whole summer of seromas.
He wants
Wow.
I just kept getting them for some unknown reason.
That's
And
Obi
it
over
turned
there,
out
right?
that he was allergic
He'll be
to
mad.
the Penrose drain, the latex rubber. It caused these big lumps in him.
Okay.
Had to have those removed. As soon as we got him past all that, we did another eye thing, and then another eye thing, and then another eye thing.
Rena wants to know what was the lump.
The lumps actually turned out to be caused by his latex allergy, which we did not know. We had to figure this one out ourselves. But the Penrose drain that they put in to drain him was made out of latex.
Oh.
Oh. Whoops. Okay.
And they
All
put it in
right,
him.
baby boy.
And it caused all these weird lumps, and they sent him off, to CSU for histology. And
He's a people dog, just so you know.
he's a friendly little boy.
He's young.
He's young,
That's why he can't get old.
and he's still got some drainage stuff from his eyes, but we think his eyes are done now.
You're pretty sure the surgeries are just about done, right?
I hope so.
Which, once again, there's no guarantee because he is a dog.
This
Okay.
guy was anesthetized
Look at him. Look
8
at him.
times.
You got the
Oh, wow.
biggest show going on behind you.
8 times
Look at
from
the tail
June
wag.
until December. We've spent a small fortune on.
When it was time to get his eye drops, he would anticipate that, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I'd walk into his kennel with his eye drops in my hand, which he actually had eye drops for like 6 months straight. I'd walk in the kennel with his eye drops, and he would sit down in front of me and look up at me and just hold perfectly still while I put eye drops in.
Just like what you just saw for his
He
treat.
just let me do it.
No.
I didn't even have to, hold him or anything.
And he was part of. I'm here for a reason, and one of the reasons is they got a couple long-term dogs here, and they want to see, if we can shorten those terms up a little bit for the future. And Felix was kind of one of them. He was very hard to walk. Okay.
He's just very energetic on a
Yeah.
leash.
Well,
That's
if there
saying it
was
mildly.
nothing around, no distractions, he was good. But the first indicator of a dog barking, you're going skiing behind Felix. Okay. So, in turn, there's some of the volunteers that come here couldn't walk him. We used him as our demonstration dog
Yesterday.
on how to stop your peer from pulling on the leash. Okay. Now he had a few different reasons. First of all, always never forget that when you take your dog for a walk, it is just that. It's your dog's walk. Okay. So don't put any conditions to that. Like you're not allowed to sniff. Okay. Don't mark that. Don't do this. It's your dog's walk. All right. Now, at the same token, it has to be fun. Okay. So that you can require a concession that it also has to be fun for you. So, well, when you're going skiing behind the dog, there's two things that happen. First of all, it's not very fun for you. All right. And believe it or not, that's not fun for the dog either. Okay. So, but look how nice he's doing on the leash, even in the courtyard.
Good boy.
And there's dogs there and stuff that he can see. Huh, Felix? This is an amazing boy. He is an amazing boy. So, let's see. Are we posting in a group? Yes, we are posting in a Colorado peer group. Okay. We're streaming to 7 destinations simultaneously. All right. And
So
we're
he's
streaming
a
to
year
Texas.
a year and 5 months old now, and Steve is pretty convinced he's a Akbash.
Mixed.
Yeah,
Mixed.
And
Well, yes and no. He could be. Yeah, he's got the ears and the bone
Yeah, he's
structure.
got the ears for it.
Oh, absolutely. But he's also got, well, single dudes. No, double dudes.
no, he's got singles,
Okay, those are single dudes.
big ones.
But he's got the defined jowls that the Akbash is kind of missing. Coat's a little wrong. He doesn't have the Akbash legs either. He's not long-legged like a classic Akbash. Oh, Frosty Bear, for example. All right. That's a long-legged boy.
Yeah, Frosty Bear's got
And
legs for
Winter,
days.
your Winter.
Yeah.
Where is Winter?
The car, she might come out.
She won't come out?
She didn't earlier, maybe.
We're going to introduce you, hopefully, to a purebred Akbash, in my opinion. So,
Did you guys want Ellen and Melanie? 'Cause
Yes.
They look more.
yeah, we're going to move Felix back now.
Come here.
And, okay, and I'll come see you, big boy, after the show. All right, so moving forward, what time? I don't know what time it is. Okay.
448 this way, Steve.
And how many dogs do we have left?
Oh, Moses and
We got Obi, Moses, and who else? Melanie? Is that what
Melanie and Ellen,
I didn't meet them.
Akila,
Who's Melanie and Ellen?
Mamie's older girls.
Oh, the 2 Akbash.
Yeah.
Okay. Whoops. I really want you guys, we're going to bring Casper up so Sydney can say yay or nay. Yep, that could be Granola's brother. All
I
right.
don't have. Actually, if you want to go get Casper,
Safely, you may have to walk him around. Casper about pulled me down the hill. Okay, day before
you get
yesterday.
to watch Casper and how much fun he is on a leash.
And you'll get to
He'll be behind
understand,
us.
and you will see the definition of skiing behind your dog. Okay, so
Casper's a work in progress too.
now Casper you were bottle feeding him at 6 weeks old, weren't you?
Yeah, Casper was part of a litter that we got, I don't know, a year and a half, almost 2 years ago, I guess. And Becky was one of our volunteers, and Casper was a little baby rut. He's the one that almost didn't make it. And I had to bottle feed him for 4 or 5
He
weeks.
was in the house for a while, wasn't
Long time.
he? Long time, too long, huh?
And he was my little, I don't know, I have this thing about the runts. I always like the runts, but
Nothing wrong with
I
that.
feed little Casper, and he was so cute because he'd come running up to me and paw on my jeans, and he'd whine because he wanted his bottle.
And now a year later, and about 100 pounds later, he still comes up and paws at you and whines because he wants his bottle. Okay, only there's a little bit of more size behind this one. Okay.
Now it's not as, it's more annoying now.
Yeah, now it's not as cute.
Yeah, and right now, I mean, he just
There's a
doesn't know
Casper.
anything. There's Casper.
Casper.
There's Casper, boy.
Hey,
Who
Casper.
is Becky bringing out?
Melanie, and
Oh, the young ones. He should be just fine with them.
I hope so.
Hope so too.
Never met him.
Never met him. So you may see World War III, or you may see a fun time.
Come on, Casper.
Come on, boy. The camera's there, not here. Okay.
Okay, hang on.
There we go. All fixed. Cool. Maybe I was, anyway, can you see him, Sydney?
Not anymore.
No, he's too far off screen.
There we go.
Is he what?
He's too
He
fast.
was,
Look
yeah,
at his
he was
ears.
far off screen, but now we've got him. Oh,
Okay.
what a good play.
What kind of ears are those?
Those are German Shepherd ears, I believe.
Sorta.
Yeah.
But doesn't that remind you of granola?
Yeah.
You're a good boy, Casper.
The big floppy, like,
Yeah, but the one ear will go out
Yeah.
and the other one doesn't. Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway,
And then
thank
the
you,
curled-
Michael.
Curled tail. Yeah.
All right. So now we're going to bring the other two out. Now that it'll be safe.
Come on, Casper.
Have gone skiing behind my two before in the rain. I had to aim myself at a pole so I would catch it and not keep going.
Yeah, Casper needs to learn a couple of things, and that's all
okay.
it's about is knowledge. Okay.
Yep.
You agree with that, Levi?
Always.
I went skiing behind that dog 2 days ago.
I believe it.
In my defense, we were downhill, and which gives him better mobility than me.
Oh yeah.
And you just don't brace yourself. That's the
Here,
big
girlie.
Humans' decision
Here
to
we
walk
are.
on 2 legs instead of 4 was a poor choice.
I believe these mixes could be some Kubas in there. Look at them ears, but they're young.
Yeah, this is Mammy's earlier litter.
Yeah,
Okay.
the little baby puppies you saw, this is the litter ahead of
This is
that.
their big sisters. Big half
That's cute.
And
Where's
Pure
the other one?
Rescue and PYRescue are not breeders. They were bred before they came into rescue. And they said, oh, by the way, here's their other litter too, but we're not breeders either. So
This is Ellen O'Hara, and the other one is Melanie Wilkes.
Okay.
great.
And those girls you said are about 9 months old.
We're guessing about 9 months old.
Okay.
And obviously they had a different daddy than
There you go. Girl.
Yeah.
their younger siblings.
This is the first time
At
I've
least
met
from
them.
here, they look kind of small for 9 months.
Yeah.
There we
Yeah, I
go.
don't think they're going to get real big.
And they're short
Okay.
legged. It's hard to say what breed they are. All right. That nose. Well, one thing is, yeah, she got teeth, so she's a dog. All right. But her coat is very, it's like Frosty's, double coated but short.
Mhm.
She has that Akbash curl at the end of her tail.
Your tail.
So I would have to say there's probably some Akbash in there somewhere, but God only knows what else is in there. Okay. So never forget that. Isn't she gorgeous? Can you see her?
Yeah.
She's
Yeah, back her up a little,
very
Steve.
outgoing, and her twin sister is much shyer. They're both very sweet.
Yes,
I mean,
they
not
are.
the least bit mean or anything, but
And you already met Mom.
these dogs
Yeah.
were all outside dogs in Dodge City, Kansas.
Oh.
In fact, Animal
She
Control
may come
had
with her
been
sister
called.
now.
Oh, Animal Control had been called on these people because they had too many dogs
They're
and they weren't
sissy.
caring for them.
Ugh.
Who's
So
next
Animal
after
Control
these? I
showed
got
up
my
and
phone
talked to
live, so be
them,
careful.
and they said, "Oh, you can
See, we
take
got to
all
tell
of these.
everybody.
They aren't our
Yeah.
dogs." Of course, they're not their dogs.
Oh, yeah.
But somehow he seemed to know that both of these litters came from the same mama.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
And how long have they been with you, Judy?
Can you do two
It'll
at once?
be 2 weeks on Tuesday.
Yeah. Yeah, give me this one while you take
So
this
they're
one
still
back.
fairly new here.
Okay. There we
Yeah.
go. Okay. Here you go, girl. Let's see if we can talk her into coming.
Come on, Melanie.
Come on. Come on, baby. Right here. It's okay. It's okay.
Toss the treat towards her, Steve.
Yeah. I don't have a treat with me.
Oh, I thought you had a treat in your hand.
No, I don't have a treat in my hand. I have a leash in my hand. Hey, ready? Are you ready for this? Looky there. Oh,
You see
yeah.
her?
Okay, you ready? You ready?
Am I in the
again?
way?
Ready? Come
No,
on,
you're
baby.
good, Judy.
Come on, baby.
Okay.
Okay, yes. All right. You want one too? You want one too?
Yeah, they definitely have
Go back.
delicate faces.
Okay. I'm going to let go of her because she'll run back. All right. Okay. So they just got here though. All right. They're very new.
They're cute.
She is, isn't she?
Yeah.
What is all that noise? Let's go
They've
check
just
out that
lived
noise.
outdoors all their
Let's
life.
go see
But
the
this
noise.
is just a typical backyard breeder.
Okay,
So-
let's see the noise. Where's your sissy at? Hey,
And
there's
they
the
all had
president.
worms really bad when
There's
they
the
came.
president.
So we
Sometimes
did
I
get-
see the signs on the side of the road advertising like
I get-
somebody selling puppies, and then I want to go steal the signs because those are backyard breeders.
Sorry,
Then I don't want
everybody.
to get caught.
Better yet,
Yeah.
steal the puppies.
I keep forgetting
I
you
know.
can hear me even if I'm in the building.
Yeah.
And here comes, well, you may as well
Mm.
bring presidents out since you're already in there. And that'll wrap
I
out
don't
this
know if they'll
building,
come
right?
out.
Okay, well then come on over and get your next one. Whoever you want.
Aquila?
We're going to bring president's men out.
Okay.
Everybody should meet the president's men. And what's that one say, Jackie? Oh, you're from Texas? Okay, I didn't know that. Oh yeah, everybody is.
Texas has had that problem for as long as I've worked with Texas.
Yeah,
I don't know, 9 years now.
Right.
I believe it.
Texas has way too many Pyrenees, and I have no idea why.
Right.
Mm.
See, Great Pyrenees Rescue Society and PYRescue Sanctuary are not strangers to each other. Right.
No, we know each
Okay.
other. I work with a lot of PYRescues in Texas and have for a long time. It's hard for them to find homes for peers in Texas because there are too many. Every humane society has peers in it, every single one. And you know, there's like 10,000 small towns in Texas, and they all have an animal control or humane society or something. They all have peers in them. And there's a bunch of good, peer rescues in Texas. I mean,
Sure.
probably more than the rest of the country combined, really. But
Yeah.
they can't keep up with it.
No.
They're happy to send dogs north.
And everybody give a shout out to Becky for doing all this work today. She's Facebook user. That must be. I bet you that's Nancy. And she's posting out of the group.
Oh, okay. The puppies we're getting today were found in a ditch. Mama was hit by a car, and yeah, the story on the puppies written today was some people passing through Texas saw this dog get hit by a car on a highway, and the guy that hit it didn't stop, but they did. And they, thought, well, we should probably, get this dog and get her to a vet. And as they were loading her in the car, they saw all the puppies in the ditch.
Oh my God.
Somebody apparently had dumped them all.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Okay, which one is this? This Obi? This is Obi. This is a beautiful dog.
He's one of our long-termers.
He's a beautiful dog.
Look at that.
Look
coat.
at that tail. Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is a
I love the
classic.
fan tail.
Obi is a classic Great Pyrenees, aren't you?
He is. How old is Obi?
He's about two and a
He's
half years
young.
old. Yeah, and
Oh, it's okay.
he can be a little moody.
Yeah.
We've had some issues with him being a little snarly, growly, snappy with people occasionally.
Right here.
He tends to be kind of guardy of whoever he's with at the moment
Okay.
and doesn't want anybody else walking up.
Obi,
So even though he knows me really well and we get along really well,
we're gonna give a
if one of
demonstration.
my volunteers is in the kennel with him, brushing him or whatever, and I walk up, he will totally snark and growl and bark and snarl at me because he thinks that I'm there to take his person away from him or something. I don't know. So we're kind of working with him a little bit because he has some guardy issues about things.
Well, he's giving off a ton of stress signals right now.
Yeah.
Let's go see this. Okay, let's
Yeah,
go.
he didn't like Steve at
Let's
first.
go. Okay, good boy. Good boy. Good boy.
So he can be the sweetest dog in the world, but he's not a dog that I'm super comfortable adopting out to most people.
I'm trying to get
Sure.
bit. What can I say?
Hey, he's doing
He
some
smells nothing.
decompression sniffing right now.
Yeah.
Isn't he gorgeous? Come here.
Hey, Obes.
Here we go. Let's go. There's my boy. There's Obi. There's Obi. Let's put your head up high, Steve. Head up high. Just like this, right here.
So right now he's averting his gaze.
Who does he
With-
play
with-
with? Who does Obi play with?
Well, we have a worker who comes, who used to be here, named Kiwi. He likes to play with her.
And he's a little picky about his doggy friends too.
That's
So,
okay.
would he do best as an only dog?
Probably.
Here, you want to take him?
Or he does like some females.
Because we
He
still got
likes
to bring
kiwi.
Moses out.
I'll do it next.
Can't wait to see Moses again. He
Well,
was
then
the
just
one I
watch your
met
time, Steve.
accidentally. He was the one I met accidentally.
He says we're out of time.
We're out of time, but we got to bring Moses out.
Okay, we're gonna bring one more out.
And we're sorry about the overtime here, but I don't know how to break this to you, but man, I don't know how I'm going to leave here.
We didn't even get to them all.
There's more.
But we got quite a few. So
Well, we may, now Sydney and Levi got to go. We can still cover them on overtime because I don't care what time
or
it
you
is.
know what? We can save them for another show.
Or we can save them for another show and make that a point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
So the President's Men will be maybe next week. How about that?
We could do that.
Jackie said we should do this weekly.
What's that?
We should do this weekly.
Okay.
Yeah, like a weekly show.
Hey, yeah, let's try that, Sydney. Let's do a weekly show. What do you think?
Hey, Mose. Moses.
Come on, Moses boy.
He's like, bye.
Moses is about 4 years old, and he came to us from Albuquerque.
Yeah, remember the reverse
Oh, wow.
thing I talked about? She's holding an empty leash with a dog over there. He wanted out. Moses is a very good dog. He came from New Mexico, and
Look at that happy tail wag.
his biggest problem was lifestyle, right? What did you say?
Yeah,
Mm.
he actually was found wandering the streets of Phoenix, and somebody rescued him who didn't keep him. So this lady ended up taking him, and she fell in love with him. And he's worked with Roman,
Here, Moses.
got free quite a bit.
I had talked to her once, I think.
Yeah, she, basically turned him into a really good dog, but she worked in the movies.
She's a celebrity of sorts,
Well, she does
producing it
script
or
writing
something.
or script
Yeah,
something or
yeah.
other. But anyway, she was finding herself going to Los
Hey, Mosey.
Angeles more and more and having to put him in board.
Now, make no mistake, Moses, the lady that surrendered him sends him deerskin blankets,
Sheepskins,
sheepskin,
humongous sheepskins from New Zealand.
and $100 a bag dog food every month.
Yes, Roman recommended canine caviar, so she is sending canine caviar, a bag of it, every 3 weeks. And has been now for, I don't know, close to a year.
Yeah. Nancy even says if you adopt Moses, he comes with his own sheepskin blankie.
Yeah. And I asked her, I said, how do you wash them when they get dirty? And she said, I don't think you can. Let me send you a new one.
Jeez.
So the prior owner keeps in touch with you.
Yes.
Okay. How about that? You always got to remember there's two sides to any surrender story.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she actually had gotten a really good job where she was going to have to be spending like probably 6 to 8 months a year in Los Angeles. And they put her up in a hotel, but that would not be a good place to have a dog.
Not Moses. He's not a.
And so she was boarding him a lot. And she just thought, well, that's not really fair to him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Mr. Moses is not a motel dweller.
And she actually called me and she said, can I come up and look at your place before I surrender my dog to you? And I said, absolutely.
We're out of time, Becky. Yeah.
So I guess she decided we were good enough for Moses
Yeah.
Go
and
ahead.
his caviar. So
Yeah.
Oh, this is wow! What a show today. Colorado Springs. We're Peyton, Colorado, and next time we'll try to. Maybe we can do a show from Pikes Peak instead of trying to see Pikes
you
Peak.
wouldn't be able to breathe on Pikes Peak.
Elevation is a little higher here than it is at my house.
Yeah, he's having a little altitude adjustment issue.
when I walk the dog, I get pretty winded pretty quickly,
Yeah, we're about 7,300 feet.
and I'm getting up there. I'm not a spring chicken any longer. So, wow! I'll tell you what, though. Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org, PYRescue.org. That's what's going on. But don't forget, there's other rescues out there too that will need your help. Indy Great Pyrenees Rescue over in Indianapolis, Indiana. That's IGPR.org. We got Montana up there. Okay, Great Pyrenees Rescue Montana. We got which
ton of them in
covers
Texas.
Utah.
Ton of
And
them.
then
in Texas.
don't forget Texas.
Oklahoma.
Okay, we've got
Oklahoma's got a couple.
GPRS PNW and we got GPRS. Headquarters needs help, needs physical help at GPRS headquarters in Spring, Texas. And for those of you that don't know where Spring is, you're probably too far away to go volunteer there. Okay?
Little north of Houston.
It's a little north of Houston. So no, sorry, Levi, you'll have to fly.
Ugh.
Levi knows when we did, we were there last time in November. We did the show from there. And that was pretty impromptu. We were going to take that week off, but, well, the director of Great Pyrenees Rescue Society said, nah. And Jackie knows Spring, but you said you're from Texas. I'm assuming you don't live in Texas right now. And I don't recognize your name, to be honest with you, but it doesn't mean anything. So
Where in Michigan are you, Levi?
So I live in like the Metro Detroit area. I'm like 40 minutes from Detroit itself.
My husband's from the Battle Creek area.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. And me and Levi are kind of neighbors. Our states are neighbors with each other. Oh, you live in Texas. Okay, Jackie. So you know where Spring is. Oh, my. You're down there by, okay, cool. Still a hike up to Spring to volunteer on a daily basis, but, you know, they need help on transport, and that's not weekly, just so you know. And they can always use help, well, bathing and doing some walking. So GPRS headquarters really, really needs help, and that would be great. Now, how do you help with GPRS headquarters, Sydney?
In lots of ways. I mean, you can walk dogs, you can help bathe them, you know.
Right. Well, what I was getting at, first of all, they got to get to know you.
Yeah.
So you have to apply.
You fill out a volunteer application.
Right.
Yeah.
And a volunteer application is would be the way to go.
Yeah, we have forms available on our website. You just go to the website and there's a tab that says, adopt. And you can hover over that and you can see where our forms and fill out a volunteer form. And then whether you're in Texas or whether you're in the Pacific Northwest or elsewhere, we can utilize volunteers, and we love to have volunteers from everywhere. So for those folks who live in Texas that are close enough to Spring to go even once a month to help bathe dogs to get ready for transport, it's an enormous help. And yeah, thank you, Sharon. And
also, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'll forget if I don't. When I was at that headquarters for the Great Pyrenees Rescue Society, they had a problem getting me out of there. That place is amazing. Okay, so just so you know, there, Jackie, that place don't forget your sleeping bag just in case. Okay. Wow. So Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org, you can fill out the volunteer application right there too. It's a nice website. Okay? It's got a lot of information, but yet it's just simple to navigate.
And PYRescue needs volunteers.
PYRescue needs volunteers also.
And we're also needing food.
That's right. I almost forgot.
Yes.
They're down to the point to where this is starting to get scary. Okay. So
we can use some food donations.
So how do they do this?
You can hop on our website. We've got a link to our Chewy wish list, a link to our Amazon wish list. Or
you can donate money. That works
donate
too.
Money and we'll buy it ourselves. But yeah, we can always use. We're needing kibble.
And here's the problem: they used to be have a rescue bank type thing.
Yeah, the greater.
They're not getting food. Is the problem?
Yeah, for many years we've depended on the rescue bank to get us food, and it was a great deal. We would typically pick up a ton or two every time we went, and that was probably about every 3 months or so. Yeah. We haven't gotten any food deliveries since October. So we are needing food here. So
yes. So, and if you send money, make no mistake, they're going to buy food that their dogs are going to do well with. They always do.
We are a 501c3 and PACFA license. So
yeah. So they've got everybody breathing down their back. All right. Well, Levi or Cindy, do you have anything in closing you would like to mention?
No, just to thank you everyone for watching the show with us.
Yeah. I guess the only closing thing on specifically Moses's food, whoever does eventually hopefully adopt him, You do not have to continue buying $100 food. Just as if that was like oh no, I want that dog, but I can't afford that food. You don't have to stay on that food. We can find a lot of comparable ones. So if that deters you, is the $100 bag. We don't.
I told the lady when she brought him, I said, we're a rescue. We can't afford $100 a bag dog food. And she said, as long as you have him, I will continue to send food to you. And I said, well, I can't turn that down.
And she also
yeah.
has not. She also has kept her word too.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
kind of warned her. I said, adopters are not going to want to feed that. And she said, let's just keep him on as long as he can because he really does well on it. So,
Sure.
I'm like, well, whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
I personally, there's nothing wrong with it. It's great food, but, I wouldn't be feeding it to my dogs. I mean,
So,
Yeah.
all right,
think it's
everybody.
fine,
Thank you. Thank you, everybody that supports the show. And all you have to do to support the show is just watch. Okay? That's all you have to do. At Pikes Peak, Sharon, I was just told that I wouldn't be able to breathe up there. So maybe not. All right. So, wow, I had a lot of fun at the show today, and I hope you all did too. And we'll be back in Ohio next week. And maybe with 2 new dogs. I don't know. All right.
Hopefully.
And please, any of you that know my wife, don't tell her, please.
he's surprising his wife for her birthday.
Happy
I'm sure she'll
birthday,
be
honey.
thrilled.
All right, everybody. Bye now. Bye, everybody.
See ya.